Dwyane Wade, 16th and final season. Wade, wow.
Dwyane Wade is feeling it.
That was very Jordan-like right there. Rock me, baby.
Wade drives on the pull-up at the buzzer. Oh, Wade puts it in.
Wade with a steal, with two. Wade puts it up for the win. Miami has won. Miami is NBA champs. Kings of the Hill.
Shoots. No, couldn't get it off. Now fires it out. Get it in. It counts. It counts. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the all-time great two guards in NBA history.
And oftentimes outstanding 16-year career, and we welcome you back. Alan Hahn's Knicks Fix. He's in the Squarespace studio. Al Trautwig on the Chase Bridge. Dwyane Wade's last Garden game. Your thoughts?
Well, we begin with, as we were watching those highlights, and some of them actually for this season, has a lot of people around the league talking about whether or not he should retire. In fact, Wizards coach Scott Brooks said the NBA should fine the Miami Heat for allowing him to retire. He's been playing well this season, and in fact, you know, coming off the bench, so his minutes aren't what they used to be, but his stats, if you put them at per 36, they're exactly where they were during his playing career. In fact, 20 points, 5.7 assists per 36 minutes, which is outstanding production for him. And that recent game that we saw against, this is the shot right here, the Golden State Warriors, after this game, he's been exchanging jerseys with different players, so he exchanged with Steph Curry, and while they were doing it, Steph Curry said, he looked at him and said, "Are you sure?" The way he's playing has a lot of people talking about whether or not he's officially done. Eric Spoelstra even has said he's tried to talk him out of it and said, no one will be upset if you changed your mind. Now, Wade did tell The Athletic earlier this week that he thinks in the current role he's playing as a reserve that he could play a solid 2 more years, and we're seeing players like Vince Carter at age 42, Dirk Nowitzki at age 40, staying in the game at a reduced role. And so, you know, you wonder, is this something that he can continue doing? Well, he continues to confirm that he's walking away right now and has no regrets about it. Earlier today, he talked about his memories of playing at Madison Square Garden.
It's been great to play here. Obviously, I've always said, besides playing at home, it's my favorite place to play. And a lot of guys, you know, because of what it means, the history of MSG. So, you know, it's great to have, you know, one more here. I'm glad we had 2 games here, not 1 this year. So I'm going to enjoy it. The crowd is going to be great. The energy is going to be amazing. Ultimately, the ultimate goal is to win as we win this playoff battle, but definitely going to enjoy the environment. Just something special about it. I mean, obviously, you know, for us in Miami, the Heat Nation is always strong here. So we always got like a home crowd kind of feel. But it's just everything. It's the lights. It's the way they position. It's the way the floor is lit. It's everything that makes it just different. We understand, obviously, every game, you know, it means something in the standings of the playoff push. So, you know, it's an opportunity for us on the road, you know, against a team that, you know, obviously, especially with Fizz, is going to play well versus us on the road, but we got to figure out a way to come up with a win.
And you remember that when he and LeBron James played their last game against each other at Staples Center, LeBron did say to him it was either going to be here or at the Garden, meaning the best stages to have that type of a final moment with each other. And that shows you just how important this building and this stage, this arena, this court is to the star players in this game, especially a guy like Dwyane Wade, Al.
Don't you think this is a better way than staying too long?
I completely agree. I do think there's always that debate. And, you know, a guy like Vince Carter was obviously a great player in his career. He wants to keep playing. He doesn't mind a reduced role. And it's still fun to watch a player like him go. But a guy like Dwyane Wade, it's almost better when you can see. I mean, how fortunate are you that you can walk away from the game on your terms and decide that you just want to leave, but you still have some game left. It's like reminding people that, oh, I could still play. It's not that I can't play anymore. I'm just choosing to move on.
All right, last game for the Knicks. Dennis Smith Jr. returned. He's got a back issue. What do you think the plan is going forward?
Well, look, we're not going to get to see he and Frank Ntilikina play together in the backcourt, at least this season, something we talked about in the previous game. But it is good to see Dennis Smith Jr. say, you know what, I want to finish out this season. He did talk about it at Wednesday's practice when he was getting ready to get back into the lineup after missing 6 games with a sore back. He actually talked about MRI tests that showed he had 2 discs that were out of place in the lower back, but it wasn't something that would need surgery, just rest and rehab. Now, he played 20 minutes in this game on Thursday, 7 points, 5 rebounds. 2 for 11 shooting is clearly the rust. There's only 7 games left, but again, Dennis Smith said he put in extra work because he wanted to get back on the court. He said, quote, "I want to be healthy, of course, but I definitely want to play." Now, there's discussion about Dennis Smith and his conditioning. That's something that David Fizdale has talked about with him, has talked about publicly as well. Remember, they got him with a team nutritionist to work on that also, that aspect of his preparation for games. So you want to see him finish this season strong with no issues, get himself strong, get that back healed, but also see what kind of an offseason he has, because with his talent, and we've talked about this many times, and you consider a guy like Victor Oladipo as a great example. If Dennis Smith Jr. can get himself into elite conditioning, he can find himself, because he's got the talent, to get to that elite level and perhaps even flirt with being an all-star. When you're a lottery pick, that's what you can be. So this offseason, very important for Dennis Smith, and the good sign is, instead of him saying, "I'm walking into the offseason, I don't want to play," he wants to play. That says a lot about him.
Meanwhile, isn't it amazing how many guys are late to the nutrition game?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're a kid, you remember those days, don't you? You ate whatever you want, it didn't matter. Then you get older and you realize it does matter. And we feel it when we're older.
All right, stat of the night.
Stat of the night is 34%. And that's what the Knicks are shooting from three-point range this season. It's the 4th lowest in the NBA. It's also 2nd lowest for this team over the last 10 seasons. As you know, today's game is all about the three-point shot. The average for the NBA this season is 35.5 from 3, 35.5. So among the list of needs this summer for the Knicks, it'll be not just shooters, makers.